Why are you doing this to me?
What the fuck, 343 Industries? What the fuck? You're taking away split screen and co-op mode. Co-op mode! Because you wanted to focus on graphics. Well, let me tell you something. Graphics don't make the game. Content does. Look at games like Witcher 3. It was released this year, yes. It was released on a next-gen console, which makes it, you know, fucking mega powerful or something. But, you know, it was a buggy, glitchy game. The graphics were not the greatest. I'll tell you what, it made my Game of the Year list. You know, it tops the Game of the Year. I don't know how well it's going to do to Fallout. We'll see that when that comes around. But it's content, and it stuck true to what it was. And you know what it was? It was a dry humor game set in its own universe. And I'll tell you what, they didn't stray from what made it great. To be perfectly honest with you, 343 Industries, I started losing interest in your games when Halo 4 was released. You know, Halo Anniversary, I thought it was cool. You know, I thought it was cool. I pre-ordered it. I was at the midnight release for it. I played the shit out of that game because when I was a little kid, back in 2001, I think I was 7 years old, I went to my cousin's house and stayed the night. His dad had bought Halo and had shared it with his son. Me and my cousin are roughly the same age, so he was more familiar with it than I was, so I started playing the damn game. I fell in love with Halo at that very moment because it was fun. It was military based, and I was a military geek growing up. I'm not going to, you know, deny that. It's just when you take something away that made this game traditional, it made it great, you're going to lose your pre-order. I've already canceled my pre-order because I will not support a company that continues to kamikaze a great franchise like this. Halo 4, it was a disaster. Some will argue that the story was cool, but I'll just say it was overly mushy. Overly mushy. It lacked military intelligence, like not like military intelligence, but it lacked the intelligence to be a military-based game, which it supposedly was. And it lacked what made Halo great. Simplicity. Simplicity. I saved up for Halo. I saved up for an Xbox to specifically play Halo when I was in middle school. I was 14 years old. I worked my ass off all summer to pay for that. That and a guitar. And guess what happens? I fell in love with Halo. I went and bought a 360 when it came out. You know how expensive those were? Well, guess what I just bought? I bought one of these. You see what that is? I bought that 2 months ago because I was expecting Halo 5. And, you know, it was this, and it was anything that Bethesda releases. That's the only reason why I bought an Xbox One. That's the only reason I bought it. And honestly, I have never been more disappointed in a company. And there are a lot of really shady companies out there, but I have never been more disappointed in a company than 343 Industries. And do you know why? Because they continuously fuck their fans in the butt. Okay? In the ass. You know why? Because they change what makes them popular. They change what has made them successful since they started. You know, I've read the new novels by Karen Travis. I am not very fond of them because they lack complexity. They lack the military feel. I swear, there is no bigger Halo fan in all of my hometown, which is not very big, than me. Look what is on my wall. Look what I bought when I was 15 years old. Probably even younger. I can't remember. It's been so long. I bought this because I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the characters. and you continuously fuck everything up. 343 Industries, you're ruining yourselves by constantly blowing up your fans. Cutting split screen is probably the worst thing you can do, okay? I don't know how many pre-orders you've lost, because you sure as hell lost mine. I don't know how many pre-orders you lost, because honestly, I've seen so much backlash over this that I'm dumbfounded. I really am. And this is me talking man to company, you know? Which, I doubt anybody will watch this, but not everybody can afford separate Xboxes. I had to take out a loan from my bank to buy this one. I don't make very much. And that's the sad truth. I'm a musician. I choose to work less so I can work on my music. But I like to have some entertainment, you know, because I do work a really hard job. And it just seems that you don't care. Not everybody can afford it. I used to have friends come over in high school and just sit down, you know, when the trouble of high school, because it's bullshit, got down on us. We just sat and played video games, and we killed the shit out of each other for 3 or 4 hours a night. And we had fun doing it. What's that one word? Fun. Well, you're taking the fun out of Halo. It's like you guys are done with it, you know? It's like you guys are purposely trying to kill the legacy Bungie built. I assure you Bungie's not doing very well right now because Destiny was a big steaming pile of horse shit, but I've lost faith. 343 Industries, you'll not get another Halo-related product out of me until you fix your big fuck-up. Nobody wants to wait for split screen, okay? You don't release an unfinished game because nobody will buy it. And those who do buy it, instantly bash it. Did you see Battlefield 4? Did you see Battlefield Hardline? Have you seen pretty much anything EA or Ubisoft has released in the past 2 or 3 years? It's because they're pushed before they're done. They're pushed out the door. One of my favorite video game reviewers, Angry Joe, is big on this. He's also big on fucking paywalls and pay to win. I don't know what you guys are up to with war games, but this new, you know, microtransaction bullcrap, it doesn't fly with people. AAA games don't deserve that. AAA games don't deserve that. This buy-to-win stuff ruins people. I can understand if it's like a weapon skin, but when it comes down to XP or it comes down to tactics to help people win, you get a very unbalanced game. You know? And that the disaster that was Halo 4's multiplayer, you tried to turn it into Call of Duty. It was Halo of Duty. Or Duty of Halo, or whatever the fuck it was. I did not play it for very long. One of the reasons is because I felt that it felt too much like Call of Duty with the perk system. The thing that made Halo multiplayer great was simplicity. Being able to shoot somebody and not give a flying fuck about it. You know? But now you shoot somebody and then you gotta watch out because they have a fucking airdrop. You gotta watch out because they have an overshield power that you don't have. That's not balanced gameplay, you know? It's not equal. And I'm sorry guys, but you've kamikazed this great franchise in the 3, I think it's been 4 years that you've had the license, that since Microsoft gave you the license, you've ruined it. The novels are dull. The comics are bullshit. I can't believe you killed the rookie, by the way. That was horseshit. Spoiler. Sorry. It's just, I don't know what's gonna happen, you know? Halo looks like it's gonna fail, you know? You made Master Chief look like a bad guy when he's always been a symbol of hope and truth. And I don't know what your campaign has in store, but, you know, I'm very unimpressed with the direction you've taken the series. And honestly, I think he's not very impressed. He is not very impressed. And you know what? I'd rather just sit at home, listen to Rush, and play Elder Scrolls because you've blown it, you know? Until you fix this massive problem you got, until I see actual improvement, I'm not buying another one of your games. I'm very, very sorry, but it's not worth my time. It's not worth the gamers' time. It's a very big slap in the face to your people, because not everybody can afford an Xbox One, to buy an Xbox One, a game, and then Xbox Live so they can play the fuck together. I remember when you can go over to your buddy's house and sit and play Halo. Do split screen on Legendary so you can say you beat the game on Legendary, which I have beaten the first 3 Halo games on Legendary and ODST. I didn't do Reach because I had to get a job shortly after that. And I just didn't have the time. But, you know, you're fucking it up. You're fucking it up. And I can't endorse it. No Halo game will get a good review until you start fixing your bullshit. And I will call it out on that bullshit. Every time. Every fucking time. I'm done talking.